Hello and welcome. Today, inshallah, in this session, we are going to talk about the difference between the element and the compound. Okay, in the chemistry lesson, there is a difference between the element and the compound. Element, like something like this, Na, for example, or Fe, or N. Okay, Na for sodium, Fe for iron, N for nitrogen. If you see something like that without any other elements beside it, we call it element. Okay, what does it mean, element? Element, it means one type of atom. Like Na, one type of atom. Fe, one type of atom. N, one type of atom. Okay, like Cl, one type of atom. Okay, so this is what we call it element. Compound is more than one type of atoms. Like for example, NaCl, we call this a compound. Fe2O3, we call it a compound. N2O, we call it a compound. KCl, we call it a compound. Why? Because you have more than one type of atom. Could be two, could be three, for example, like H2SO4. We call it a compound. So that's it. This is the difference between the element and the compound. Element is one type of atom, like Na, like Fe, like N, just individual atom like that. Na, Fe, N, Cl, we call it element. Compound, more than one type of atom. NaCl, H2SO4, FeO3, all of them we call it a compound. Very good. Now, there are two types of the compound itself. The compound itself, there are two types of it. What is it exactly? Some of them we call it ionic. The other one we call it covalent. Okay, covalent. What exactly is the difference between the ionic and the covalent compound? Ionic compound basically between metals and non-metals. Covalent compounds between non-metals and non-metals. Now, if you don't aware about the metals and non-metals, the periodic table, the element inside the periodic table consists of two things, metals and non-metals. The metals in the left side of the periodic table, non-metals in the right side of the periodic table. Now, okay, for example, for the ionic compounds here, you will see something like that, NaCl. Okay, NaCl. So, NaCl here, between metals, which is NaCl, between which is non-metals. Like for example, KBr, potassium K, metals, Br, bromine, non-metals. For example, N2O, sorry, this is not ionic here. For example, sorry, Na2O. Okay, this is between sodium, which is metal, oxygen, which is non-metal, so this is ionic. Okay, in the other side, for the covalent one, you will see something like that, CO2 or NO2. That's a covalent. Why? Because you will see that carbon is non-metal, oxygen non-metal. So if you see non-metals, that's covalent. CO2, non-metals and non-metals. NO2, for example, or SiO2 or BCl5. B, which is phosphorus nonmetals, Cl, which is chlorine nonmetals, thus we call it covalent compounds. Okay, so this is the difference exactly between the element and the compound. The element is one type of atoms, compound more than one type of atoms, and there are two types of the compound itself, ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Ionic between metals and non-metals, like NaCl, like KBr, like Na2O. Covalent between non-metals and non-metals, like CO2, carbon dioxide, NO2, nitrogen dioxide, or BCl5, which is phosphorus pentachloride. Okay, later inshallah we are going to talk about the naming of the ionic compounds and the covalent compound. That's it for this session. Inshallah we are going to meet next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.